like you said, us growing up, we see on TV girl meets boy,
Right.
Mom and dad.
Right.
You don't see mom and mom, dad and
Right.
dad. You see, the myths of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I still think that's relevant because
agreed.
I don't think that I can necessarily say anything that you would like take personal and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that.
Not at all.
I mean, I'd be like, I don't know, got to play the devil's advocate every once in a while, and then,
Yeah. I wouldn't feel no type of way. You know that.
To me, I think
because
it
people are stupid still.
Still?
Yes. What?
No, I say that in a most humble, like.
But yes.
Still.
Yeah,
but the shit is on TV every other channel.
2024. It's yes.
Yeah, but you don't understand how. I know. I'm that.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Yeah. Okay. So, it's like one of those. I don't care. I love love. Love is love. Love is love. Right.
Yeah.
I don't care who you love. I love love. Right. You know that. So.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's like I don't want that for my kids. That stance. However, I still do. I know it's kind of weird. I still get upset when I see it on TV all the damn time. Like you can't turn on TV without seeing
representation.
I mean,
because that's what it is. It's just we grew up in a society where all we saw was straightness. Unless you saw somebody gay, they really pointed it out and made it a thing. Now it's not really like they're trying to make it normal because it is normal. You know what I'm saying?
Is it?
Yeah, it's not. I'm not normal.
You're normal.
So what you mean? What's the face?
Maybe these conversations are gonna be harder than I thought. Hold on, wait.
Because I grew up seeing straight folks kissing on TV shows and in movies.
Yeah,
but that's cool, right?
It's normal, right?
Yes, what society deems is normal, but when we see two women kissing or two men kissing, it's a problem.
That is throw up in my mouth.
Why? Why is it not throw up in your mouth to see straight people kissing?
Because it's normal.
So it's abnormal to see two people of the same sex kissing?
Can I state my disclaimer?
Right?
Can I state my disclaimer? The things that you may hear on this are definitely not a reflection of Dignified Digital. No matter what you think, that's not necessarily who I am. But this is a harder conversation than I think I thought. I wasn't expecting you to like come back with actually real life things that almost make sense, but they don't.
They do. You just
Okay, maybe this is a little bit harder than I thought.
It's okay. I'm here all day. I'm here all week. That's what I do.
Yeah, but okay, I'm back. So
I'm back and I'm
better. But I mean, it was normal, like right. So okay,
when you say normal,
so what made you go against the grain of not being normal?
So I don't know if I like you saying normal.
You said normal. I was just repeating your normal because you said normal first.
I put it in quotes though.
Oh,
what society deems as normal.
So wait, is it up to society to say it's acceptable now? So we have to wait for society to change the rules?
I don't gotta wait for nothing and for nobody. But I understand how society is, how people think. But it's a lot of open-minded folks out there who really don't care.
Yeah.
Who really get it. Who are really allies. You know what I'm saying?
That's really me. I really don't give a shit.
Because love is.
But it is still, somewhere in the back.
Mm-hmm.
It got
You
to
kind
be
of
in the
like,
back of the
but
head.
you're kind of you do that. You kind of do that because of how we were raised, and I say we as in we as a people,
1980s baby, 90s
like
baby.
just
Yeah.
like before 2000s babies, I should say.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just now becoming a normal thing to see. You know what I'm saying?
Is
Because
it
there was a time
normal or is it a trend?
I say it's people being more people are being more comfortable with themselves to be who they are because this is nothing that's new.
So okay, here we go. Now we're getting into the potatoes.
Okay.
So you said to be who they are is nothing new.
Hmm.
So do you
Hmm.
think people are born
Yes.
and say that way? Because I think that's weird when people say that way. Like, what the hell is that way? You were born,
Left or
but
right.
that's right. You were born that way. What
Right.
way? Just say
Right.
it. What are you saying?
Right.
I mean, but like you said,
Hmm.
us growing up, we
Hmm.
see on TV girl meets boy,
Right.
mom and dad. You
Right.
don't see mom and mom, dad and
Right.
dad. You see.
Right.
So for you to say that we're being ourselves, do you think
Hmm.
like what people spin it however way they want to spin it? That's why I'm always trying to be
Hmm.
politically correct,
Yeah, but we ain't got to
because
be
it's like,
politically correct.
yeah, I know, but for the other people that's not you that don't necessarily understand me, I don't
Hmm.
want them to be like, oh, Kamisha said,
Oh
yeah, I
yeah,
did
yeah,
say
that's true. Because we've
this.
known each other since we were 3 years old. So
Yeah, I mean, you know that I mean no harm when I say
correct,
these things that society programmed me to
correct.
make sure I say
Society,
because that's what I'm
uh,
supposed to say.
not even just society, family, surrounding. You know what I'm saying? Community, like all the things.
Yeah, you have your first kiss with the boy, and you have girls are supposed to wear dresses. I think that part is weird. I mean, who wears dresses? I
It's
don't
so
wear
stupid. I used to
dresses.
hate it. I
Yeah,
really
going to
didn't
show
like it.
my knock knees and ashy legs. I'm cool. I could just like put on jeans and you'll never know.
Yeah,
Come
but
on
I
now.
mean,
Like,
it's like there was a time. So like now we turn, like you say, we turn on the TV and you see the
man,
gayness, right? You see the gayness in front of you,
thank you. Okay,
right?
you said
See
it.
it.
We're gonna adopt
Yeah,
your
I'll
word
say it.
because you
That's
said
fine.
it. Okay, you can say it. Is yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So we
Go
see the
ahead.
gayness on TV. And for me, when I see it, I'm like, yay, because that's representation, right?
Yeah, I'm
And it's
not
okay that you
yay
made that
like
face. I'm okay.
yay.
I'm like that because I'm a member of the LGBTQ community.
Fair.
I'm like yay. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Which is also I actually had the conversation with Tiff, my wife, the other day. I know you know who it is, but just to
Right, right, right,
I'm
right,
just
right, right.
practicing,
I
right? I'm
get it.
just
I get it.
practicing,
I get it.
right? So, when we watched the Macy's Thanksgiving parade,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So it was a group on there, and they were singing. It was an opera section when they were singing opera, right? And it was so many different ethnicities that were singing opera, like singing that song in opera. And I was just like, for us, we were like, wow, look at all those different ethnicities.
yeah,
I mean, all of them, right? And
yeah.
we were like, wow, that's amazing. But for like my nephew who's 7, that's normal to him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Oh,
always
yeah,
been diverse. For he's
yeah,
always
yeah,
seen diversity on TV
yeah.
to where it's not even diversity. It's
Okay.
normal. It's his
Yeah,
norm.
I do get a little choked up when
You
I see
know?
like a black kid and a white kid walking to school together. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my
Like, oh,
gosh.
because when
Yeah,
we grew up in the
but
90s, all we saw was white. It was just white. Unless it was like
yeah,
on BET, then they specifically made it black because that's what we watching. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But like for it
yeah.
to be on NBC, and that's the norm for him, and for us we're like yay. So it's the same thing when I see gay folks on TV that aren't being called out for being gay. They're just living their life. And it's the
I
same.
mean, if I mean putting it like that, yes, it is the same because I mean, I guess discrimination is discrimination, no matter if it's
For sure.
racial,
For
sexual. I
sure.
mean, it's still the same. I mean,
For
we're
sure.
still celebrating the first black so and so, and we're all
Correct.
like, "Yay, black
Correct.
people!"
Correct.
You
And
know,
then
and
just
for
to
when you
go,
see gayness, it's
yeah,
like, "Yay,
yeah,
gay people!" You know.
for sure. And to take it a step further, like my mom's generation, they didn't really grow up seeing black people on TV. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like in the '90s where it was kind of the more black shows were coming out, Fresh Prince, Cosby Show, Family Matters, all those black shows were out. They were like, "Oh my gosh, we have our own shows." But
Yeah,
for us, we're like, "Yeah, it's black shows." You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So it's the same thing, and I look at
yeah,
it as the same thing. I get excited when I see black people on TV or in movies, and it's normal. They're
yeah,
not even being called out for being gay. It's just they're existing
yeah.
as we do. We
They
exist.
just happen to be like the
Yes.
ads, like you see now, like in
Yes.
stores.
Oh, I get so I get it's like one of these. Hold on, is it
Yeah.
gonna do? Boom! I get so happy.
I
My heart flutters.
don't know how she keep doing that.
But I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's representation.
It is.
It's representation.
But
That's
it's what we didn't have. It's what this is why there's a call paper. This is why there's an Ebony and a Jet magazine, and
Yeah,
that's why they started the Advocate, because there were no publications that centered around the gay community. Like it wasn't even LG. It wasn't even the rest of the letters back then.
Yeah.
It was just LGBT. But they had to have that.
Right.
They had to have spaces like Missy B's and Hamburger Mary's and
Right.
and Buddies, because that's some of where the old queens went back.
Man.
well,
Okay,
the old queen.
Listen. Yes. So yeah. Yeah.
it's just representation. Like how you would see like in ads, like they would have like one little kid who like was handicapped, or one kid who had Down syndrome, because you're trying to make it,
Right.
and that's really,
It's the same thing. Yeah.
it is, but it really isn't, because I can't really look at you and know you're gay. It's
Right. I mean,
and but it shouldn't be a thing. Like it's
right. It
just
shouldn't be a thing.
it's a person. Why are we?
I mean, per our conversation, I was playing the devil's advocate with a twist of my true feelings.
Right.
Like it's always one of those.
Space.
I know. It's one of those. I love the Huggins. I love, her fraternity has hired me for XYZ shit. They know that I'm good. I love them. It's nothing weird and nothing like that. But I don't want that for my child. And so for my kids to turn on the TV and see it all the time, I'm kind of conflicted. I feel hypocritical because, again, I have nothing but love. Period. You love who you love. However, when it comes to my kid, I prefer to have like grandkids and maybe.
But you still can't.
Grandkids.
I mean, okay, maybe not the grandkids.
Because you know I was
didn't want to talk. I know this is why I didn't want to talk. I'm just
no, it's fine.
No, it's
I didn't want it.
People have
my
your same
kids.
feelings.
Yeah. They do share my same feelings. The difference is nobody's really bold enough to actually say it out loud.
Right.
They'll talk behind your back and they'll gossip. Oh, she can't go to the church because it's an abomination and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Meanwhile,
by the way, I just want to throw that out there. That's not true. But go ahead.
Right. It's in the scripture. It's in the Bible. I'm sure.
It's not.
I'm sure.
It's not. No, that's another day. That's another day. It's not for those who don't know for real. It's not.
And bring a pastor.
Sure.
For that one.
Listen. Because I can bring a pastor that know and a pastor that don't.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
They're not ready.
Separate the men from the boys. Let me tell you.
Ooh. I don't know. That might be something, but I don't necessarily want to see it on TV because it makes me uncomfortable. Where I can't watch NBC anymore with my kid in the room because it's like, oh, turn the channel.
But you know what? By that same token,
everything
has gotten extremely over sexualized.
Oh God, yes.
Because Grey's Anatomy be looking like soft porn sometimes. Like, oh my God,
it does. I even be like, okay, y'all, I get
like,
it.
It's
listen,
and this is prime time. So
this
for
is
me,
prime time TV. Yeah.
yes,
for me, it's more of the over sexualization. Period.
Okay.
What I do want is for my kids to be compassionate above all else, and so it's important that they see my friend circles and that there are people who look like them and don't look like them. And that Kellen had a teacher who at the start of the year was Miss Somebody, and then they came back from Christmas break and it was Mr. Whoever.
Okay.
And I'm still like I'm friends with that. I'm friends with them. And Kellen wrote like a paper about his favorite teacher or whatever. And he wrote it about him, and he used correct pronouns. And he drew a picture
here
of
we
him.
go, that pronoun thing.
Oh my God.
Talking about pronouns. I'm like, what the hell is a pronoun? Okay,
but he respected it. But I asked him, like, okay, so what happened? And he, so Miss Glover came, and then now he's Mr. Glover. And so his name is this. And he just like,
like it was like, this is what it is. Yeah.
And so it was just something to watch. And so he brought his mom to whatever program it was, and Kellen had to read the paper. And his little bitty mother came, and they took pictures with Kellen. And I know that he's not gotten that. Like, he's not even at that school anymore. And he and I are still like really good friends, and he checks in. But things like that,
that's cool.
I am all for supporting the things that are important to people that I love.
Yeah.
That's really what it boils down
to. That's dope. That's dope.
If your pronouns are they, then I'm going to say they. I'm going to say,
Oh God.
Just pronouns. So
no, we struggled.
But I just think it's important for people to understand kids are not stupid, and kids really just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, adults care way more than kids. So if you go before break, and it's Miss So-and-so, and now it's Mr. So-and-so, they'll be like, okay, like, it's not even a thing. Now the parents are going to make it a thing.
Of course.
Thing so much.
PTA, the school board,
something about it. You know what I'm saying? But if the parents aren't making it a big deal, the kids probably aren't going to make it.
They won't, but they absolutely did. But I also, when in the 60s, when my mom was in school, I don't think you could be unmarried. And like, I mean, there was a time where like you couldn't have kids and not be unmarried. Like if you were a teacher, or like all the things. Like teachers had to wear skirts back in the day. Like Kamiasha, from with Sumner, there were standards. Now, if we're gonna go there, I don't particularly want to see my child's teacher with green hair, but but I think that teachers should look like teachers, so that we can tell the difference between them and the student, because I think sometimes we become too common when we look like them.
That's true.
So
you're saying I couldn't be a teacher?
Well, baby, you have to put some clothes on. You couldn't wear them Jordans to school, unless you taught PE or something.
Okay, cut next.